This video will probably be less funny than my normal video. I will try to add a few jokes here and there, and maybe it'll end up as a total laugh fest. However, I have a couple of very important things to say on this topic. Without any further ado, here is my video on how films kill their location. So, for this video, I'm obviously not talking about places like Los Angeles or Philadelphia, who are both big cities in the United States where many movies are filmed. However, I am talking about places like Bali, Switzerland, and Morocco. Why do I pick these weirdly specific places? Well, they all have very unique and beautiful cultures that are very different from those of the United States, or more specifically, Hollywood. Who were the people filming there? Morocco was the filming location of Ridley Scott's Gladiator. The town of Mur in Switzerland, or more specifically the Schilthorn Mountain right behind it, was the filming location for the 007 film On Her Majesty's Secret Service, and Bali was the filming location for 50 Shades of Eat, Pray, Love. I really get those confused, I don't know why. I'll be focusing mostly on Bali and Eat, Pray, Love in this video, as I'm currently living in Bali, so I can easily get stock footage of the area, without paying Shutterstock millions of dollars. Plus, I have an invested interest in Bali because it seems to be the place most affected by the movie filmed here. And also I live here, so yeah. So how exactly does filming a movie affect the culture and beauty of areas like Bali? You'd think it'd just bring more money and notoriety to the area. And that's exactly the problem. It does bring money and tourism to the area. And yes, this is a bad thing. The reason? Well, the essential issue is that with the influx of popularity in the area, you end up getting unquenchable levels of tourists. Tourists aren't, in essence, bad, but in confined places like Bali, there is then a huge level of trash. When I'm surfing in the waters of Legian Beach in South Bali, there's so much trash that it literally gets tangled in my ankles as I pop up on my board. Or try to anyway, I'm not a very good surfer. But it goes far past gross water. Due to the huge amounts of trash, families and hotels are required to do one of three things. First, they can simply throw away their trash into the many valleys and ravines that exist right behind their various establishments. Second, they could burn their garbage, making toxic fumes that rise up into the atmosphere and also affect anybody who happens to breathe it in. The third, and least terrible of the options, is to bury your trash. However, even though on the surface this may seem like an effective solution, locals I've spoken with have voiced various fears regarding what happens in 20 years when all of the unused ground has been filled up with trash. What happens then? Even if you don't think that trash is a big deal, there are other repercussions of tourism in Bali. For instance, in many places such as Kuta, the sleazy southern beachfront, there is a huge rise in prostitution, and many locals are afraid of Bali becoming the next Bangkok. In fact, there is an organization called the Kuta Cowboys, which is essentially a group of men who have relationships with women from other countries in exchange for food, housing, and gifts. Even in Ubud, the town where I live, there are prostitutes. Strangely enough, I've never seen a female prostitute in Ubud, although they run rampant through southern Bali. Instead, I've seen a large number of men-for-men prostitutes around my town. In fact, just today I was having lunch at this hotel, and by the corner of the pool, there was a white man who looked to be in his 60s, surrounded by about 10 young Balinese men. This is yet one more example of how Bali's culture is being undermined by the wants and desires of foreigners. You could very well say something along the lines of, well, they didn't have to accept tourists. Bali made the choice to market to tourists. They made the choice to become what they are today. This is a legitimate argument. However, they didn't ask for this. Nobody ever asked them whether or not they wanted tourists to be showing up left and right. This was the choice of governments and establishments such as airlines. Once it became easier to make money through tourism, especially when making money through tourism brought in a lot more cash than more traditional jobs, it's only human nature that the locals would shift to tourism as their primary trade. I guess it comes down to whether or not you think that culture is more important than becoming a wealthy island. Bali is certainly more well off, financially speaking, now than before Julia Roberts set foot here, but it's come at the expense of lots of the beauty that Eat, Pray, Love was filmed here for. It's a paradox for sure. I still believe that it's primarily the fault of the movie studio, but you could place the blame on a whole number of people, including the Balinese themselves. So anyway, I just thought I'd get that out there. It's distressing to me that the culture and beauty of Bali is getting destroyed by the very thing that's making it an important place in the world. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and you know the drill. Peace out.